Hello, Jim Murphy for Elite Style Massage. Have you ever had an injury where you've gone over on your ankle or twisted your knee and you've got a load of swelling that's happened? Did you know how to get it to recover, or did you do treatment on it? So today's video is just to give you guys some help and advice on hot and cold treatment, heat and ice, and when you should use either or. Getting it right can really help speed up recovery, but if you get it wrong, you can actually make things a lot worse, which is definitely a no-no if you've injured something. So ice for adults and icing and ice treatment tends to be a forgotten art with adults. Parents or people that have got children in their life, nieces or nephews that are always getting injured, they tend to know about ice as an anti-inflammatory. So if your kids have come in and they've twisted their knee or gone over an ankle and then their ankle's swollen up, and parents will go to the freezer, they'll get a pack of frozen peas, or they'll get some ice and wrap it in a tea towel, and they know to put it on to the area. So as people get older, they tend to forget about ice. I know people that play sport and do training and all sorts, and they just don't know about it or how they should do it. Now, for me, and advice I give my clients, deep tissue icing to get into the deeper structures of an injury is what is needed just to speed up recovery and just take the swelling down. So I like to do 15 minutes on, 10 minutes off 4 times with an ice pack. So that really gets into the deeper structures. You can also have inflammation in an area without it actually looking too swollen. So if you have gone over on an ankle or twisted an ankle, it might feel like it's raging, but to look at it, you might think, oh, it doesn't look too swollen, if at all, but you could still have some trauma to the ligaments or to an area that does need to get some ice and get some blood out of the area because it is raging. And you can't normally put an area under load again because you've injured it. So you do need to look at sort of speeding up recovery with things like hot and cold treatment as well. Now, I like to use these type sort of gel packs for icing and heat. A block like that, or if somehow managed to get just something that was cold, if you're putting that on an area, it's only gonna touch the point, biggest point that it's on really. So to be honest with you, it's not really good for like something like an ankle or an elbow or a shoulder. Yet one like that, you can put it onto an area and it kind of wraps and molds around the shape of the area. So again, shoulder or an elbow or an ankle, that's a really good thing to do. Even when they've been in the freezer and they're frozen, you can still mold it and shape it to an area. So I use these anyway. I've got 4 of these. I went into a big named pharmacy and these were about £15 in there, and just out of curiosity I had a little look on eBay and they were less than half that. So I've got 4 of these. I've got 2 in my freezer and I've got 2 that I keep in the cupboard next to my first aid kit, because they are first aid in my opinion for injuries like that. So you can put them in the microwave for 30 seconds and they do stay quite hot for quite a while. And the ones in the freezer I just keep alternating. So with ice, in the first 48 hours, you want to be icing an area if it's inflamed or you feel it's inflamed. After that 48-hour period, if you've still got swelling or inflammation in an area, you might want to go and get it checked by a medical professional because there could be something more serious going on. But usually, in most cases, icing for 48 hours is more than enough to take the swelling down. So like I said, 15 minutes on, 10 minutes off 4 times. Now, with regard to heat, if you put heat on an already inflamed area, you're going to make it worse. I get people that go skiing in January. I treat netball people, I treat hockey players where they do lots of lateral movements and they tend to twist their knee or go over on their ankle. And they'll phone me up. I had a guy phone me up from the ski slopes once. Oh, I was on the ski slopes today and I twisted my knee and it's swollen. I was going to go back to my lodge and put a heat pack on it. I said, don't put heat on an area that's already inflamed and swollen because you're going to make it worse, because you're getting blood into the area, which is going to make it more inflamed. You need to get blood out of the area, reduce that swelling inflammation, then you can look at hot and cold treatment after that. So with the hot and cold treatment together, like I said, I normally watch a film, get my son ready, and I'll do 15 minutes with an ice pack, 10 minutes with a heat pack, 15 minutes with an ice pack, 10 minutes with a heat pack, and I just keep doing that. I watched a film that was about 2 hours, 20 minutes long, and I just did it the whole time I was watching the movie, because it is boring, so read a book, watch a film, and I just keep going back, getting to go to the microwave and putting the gel pack in there for 30 seconds, then go to the freezer once I've done 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So again, just a useful way to speed up the recovery, because the process of getting fresh blood in and out of an area is what you should be doing, because fresh oxygenated blood is needed for the recovery of tissue. So that's what you need. You need to get oxygenated blood in and out of an area to speed up and promote recovery. So a useful tip for injuries, especially things like ankles and knees and elbows, Yeah, I don't know why adults tend to forget to use ice on themselves. But then some people also don't know about hot and cold treatment. They might have heard of it, but they don't know the process or how long you should do things for. That's my recommendation. I get great results with my clients when I get them to do things like this. And myself personally, I've been training for 30 years, and prior to that I did martial arts and sports and athletics. So I've had various sprains and twists and pulls over the years. So hot and cold treatment really can, work well as getting regular treatment. But if you're not sure, go and get things checked by a medical professional. But a bit of self-treatment goes a long way. People tend to not do enough self-treatment for injuries and for their bodies when they are doing sport or doing training. And if you know anyone in your life that has twisted an ankle, or just give them this kind of advice, because this is the kind of thing that's going to help them. So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions or comments, put them in the box below. Hopefully you found this video useful, and I'll see you next time. Jim Murphy for Elite Style Massage.